Here comes Santa with a loop, a big red hat, black shiny boots. If you've been good, you got a tune to sing, but if you ain't, you don't get anything.
This is WOOL-FM beaming out to southern Vermont and New Hampshire on your radio at 91.5 and streaming worldwide from wool.fm. Not .com, not .org, wool.fm. The third annual a cappella holiday concert extravaganza featuring international a cappella sensation the GrooveBarbers is coming up on December 16th at Next Stage in Putney. It's being billed as the family-friendly holiday a cappella event of the season with mellifluous vocals in warm and fun arrangements of holiday classics from the secular to the sublime, from the group that the Village Voice called A Cappella Rock and Soul Royalty. That's the GrooveBarbers, people, the go-to vocal group for doo-wop, jazz, barbershop, rock, and doo-opera. And I have their bassman Charlie Evett on the phone. Hello, Charlie.
Yeah, hi, Mark.
Let's talk about this thing. What do people need to know about the show?
Oh, well, the intro's pretty, it may be a little hyperbolic, but it's pretty much right on. The show's going to be a mix of kind of holiday classics arranged in a a cappella style, and our standard repertoire that we perform year-round, which is mostly doo-wop classics or arrangements of R&B songs, and we also have this thing that we call doo-opera. One of our members, Sean Altman, his wife, Ina Dukac, is a world-class soprano opera singer. We've created these kind of mashups between usually a very well-known opera standard with a completely madcap and kind of crazy a cappella arrangement background. So the first one of these things was this thing called O Mio Babino Caro, which we performed at a fundraiser for a classical group like 10 years ago, and it was such a smash hit and a minor kind of YouTube sensation, we decided to do a number of other ones.
Reading reviews of some of your shows, not just the holiday shows, but shows in general where she is a guest, people, they love the GrooveBarber thing, but they also dig the opera thing, even if they're not into opera.
Right. Part of it is Ina has a beautiful voice, and, part of the way the songs work is the opera songs are usually in Italian, but the doo-wop backgrounds are usually in English. These arrangements both kind of celebrate these great classic songs, but also poke a little fun at both the opera world itself and also like the barbershop doo-wop vocal group concept as well. So we kind of go back and forth. There's a lot of humor involved in them, but then interspersed in the humor is Ina's fantastic voice. So
poking fun and having fun is something that you guys do.
Yeah, that's pretty much our whole act. I'd say. And then with a little bit of asides, too. Sometimes we have something that's either rousing or just very tuneful and beautiful. But those little moments, they kind of peek out through a general atmosphere of humor and good times.
Let's give people a taste of one of the songs that they'll probably hear at the show. What do you think I should put in here?
Well, maybe a good start would be Here Comes Santa Claus. I kind of like that one. It starts out as a real classic version, but then it kind of builds and goes off the rails a little bit.
Santa Claus comes tonight, bo-bo-bo-bo. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Bo-bo-bo. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeer pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stockings and say a prayer, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Now listen, children. Oh, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle and jangle, what a beautiful sight. Won't you jump in bed and cover up your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Up one, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. Down Santa Claus Lane. He doesn't care if you're rich or poor, he loves you just the same.
Santa knows that we're just children, that makes everything right. So fill your ears with the Christmas cheer, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Well, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He'll come around when the chimes ring out, it's Christmas morn again. Peace on earth will come to all if we just follow the light. So let's give thanks to the moon above, 'cause Santa comes tonight.
That's the GrooveBarbers, and they are going to be back again for the third time with their holiday concert extravaganza at Next Stage. That's in Putney, beautiful downtown Putney, December 16th. Tickets at Turn It Up in Brattleboro, or at the Putney Co-op in Putney, or online from nextstagearts.org. Kids under 6 are free when accompanied by an adult. That's how family-friendly this thing is. We're talking with the GrooveBarbers bassman Charlie Evett.
Yeah, it's definitely a kid-friendly show. One thing I wanted to mention was there's a pretty strong Putney connection. Mm-hmm. Bill Strauss has been one of the real drivers behind the whole Next Stage rebuilding project, and he's a great old friend of the group. We'll probably perform one of his songs.
Good.
I don't know, people in town realize he was a songwriter as well and a great musician. In fact, he is the main reason that we started performing holiday songs in the first place. One of his businesses is doing, was making these sort of compilation CDs that were sold. They were like placed in retail establishments that wanted to have a little CD of their own. Mm-hmm. So he thought it would be a nice change his pace to have some a cappella versions of holiday songs to put on those CDs. And so we started doing them. One of the first songs that we did for him was an a cappella arrangement of Jingle Bells. The basic harmonies are from a barbershop arrangement of the song that we learned many, many years ago, but we sort of changed the groove of it a bit and made it into a kind of a swing feel. So that's kind of the essence of the GrooveBarbers there. It's a barbershop harmonies with a swinging feel.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank and we
got upside.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. A-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Now the ground is white. Go it while you're young. Take your love along and sing this sleighing song. Bet a bobtailed bay, 2 for 40 as his speed. Hitch him to an open sleigh and crack.
You'll take the lead, boy.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A one-horse open sleigh.
Jingle, jingle all the way, yeah.
And so that really got us started on doing holiday songs. And then after we'd done a few of them, we said, oh, we're just a few songs shy of a whole CD, so why don't we try and put together some more? And by the time we finished doing our holiday CD, which is called Glory, we were really happy with how it came out. I think it's got a great variety, and a lot of the tracks, it sort of goes between humor and fun, and many people have told me that it's one of their favorite holiday albums and that they look forward to every holiday season of getting it back out again and giving it a spin.
Let's run through the GrooveBarber members one by one. I think I called it a super group, and it is. And you can give me the dirt on everybody as we go through. These are just in order of convenience for me because we're going to end with you. Sean Altman.
Yeah, Sean. Sean is just an extraordinary talent and musician, and he is one of the main arrangers of the GrooveBarbers. I think one thing that's really interesting about Sean is that he does pretty much all his arranging and songwriting by ear. So many of Sean's best arrangements have never been written down. And Sean is, he's a man of many talents. He's both an arranger and a terrific singer, but also a really good songwriter. He wrote, for example, the theme song to the Carmen Sandiego show. And recently he wrote a song for me to sing. So that's something that I'm really grateful to him for, and I've enjoyed performing.
What's this song?
That song is called What the Bass Man Wants. There are very few bass solos, and we thought there were so few we really needed to add one to the canon. So Sean, after many years of my cajoling him, came. The chorus of the song is "What the bass man wants, the bass man gets."
What the bass man wants, the bass man wants, the bass man gets.
And it's very witty. And the one issue with it is that it has a huge number of words. Sean is like a prolific lyricist, and so it was quite an undertaking for me just to memorize all the crazy lyrics.
Was it written before the current ascendancy of Donald?
It was written before, and although Donald Trump features prominently in the song, so who knew?
And serendipitously, one of those first lines got big man hands.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big man, I got big man hands and a great big deep down voice.
That's right. I know, that's before, and it was psychic on Sean's part.
There's also Kevin Wiest is in the band.
Yeah, Kevin is the one member of the group that did not meet in college. Sean and Steve Keyes and myself all went to Brown University in the early 80s. Kevin went to Williams College, but he met up with us in New York City in the 90s. We knew him from various a cappella. He was in a different New York-based a cappella group called the Lemmings, and we met up with him in a variety of kind of social situations. But then when we were putting the GrooveBarbers together, we had the three of us, Sean and Steve and myself, but we needed a baritone. We had been doing some work with Kevin on a project of his, and so we invited him to come on for a gig or two, and we never looked back. He's just really funny on stage. He's a great improviser. He's great at turning things that would be kind of serious into something funny. For example, one of the songs he does is the song Sloopy, which is just this rock and roll classic.
Yeah.
He manages to get some great laughs out of it while doing the song without actually changing anything about the song. He just his little asides, or instructions to the audience. We usually do that song with a bit of audience participation, which is a great time because everybody knows the song so well.
Yeah. Steve Keyes.
Steve is our high tenor, and he currently lives in Columbus, Ohio. So in order for us to do a show, we've got to get him out here and on the East Coast. He's got a great high voice, and he switches between sort of the lead vocal style. So he sings lead vocal on a number of our most sort of rocking songs, like "Crazy About an Automobile" or "Keep on Smiling." He's got a great rock voice, but then he can switch it off to his falsetto voice, which is useful for barbershop songs or songs where he's just taking the high harmony part.
It's my understanding that when he's not wearing his superhero cape, or maybe when he is, he's also an attorney, a human resource exec, and a city councilman.
That's right, Councilman Keyes. Yeah, he won election to city council a couple of years ago. He lives in outside of Columbus, Ohio. He's the increasingly rare Democrat in the sea of red there in central Ohio. But I know he's enjoyed his political career, but I think his political aspirations may begin and end as a city councilman.
If he's smart.
Yes. Well, it's a lot of work, as it turns out, to get elected and stay elected. It seemed like it's been interesting for him to learn about city politics and all, but I don't know that he ever practiced law, but he has a law degree.
It's more than I have.
Exactly, me too. When we were growing up, we were great fans of this a cappella group called the Persuasions, and one of them would always say to Steve, you're going to be a lawyer. I'm going to come back, and you're going to be my lawyer. And sure enough, it pretty much came true. So.
And that brings us to you. You're a GrooveBarbers co-founder. You're a rockapella alum. You too you have a surprisingly wide palette outside of the GrooveBarbers as well.
Right. I do sing professionally in the Boston area as a classical singer. I sing at a church with a well-known choir, and I sing at a classical group called the Boston Cecilia. So I have a lot of singing and rehearsing to do all the time, but when I'm not using my voice, I work as a software developer at a company that does bike sharing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's been really fun. I'm really getting more and more into bringing bicycling to cities and towns all around the country.
Well, good on you.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that.
And you also put the in Astelin.
That's right. And I was the in Astelin. Those are good times. Yes, the GrooveBarbers we made these series of national commercials for a nasal spray called Astelin, and they were so much fun to make. They flew us out to Southern California. We would go out to like some ranch. We actually filmed the second commercial on the famous Cheers fountain, and we got to hang from a crane and drop onto the fountain, which was amazingly hard and hilariously just crazy, to find yourself, here, I'm hanging from a crane. And then you count off 1, 2, 3, and everybody dropped. We did all our own stunts for those commercials. I'll have you know, my back has the muscle tears to prove it.
You dropped out of the sky and offered relief to allergy sufferers. There's something good in that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you were a giant star in The Wedding Weekend.
That's right. Yeah, The Wedding Weekend, which was originally called Shut Up and Sing, but it came out the same year that a movie called Shut Up and Sing also came out. It was crazy. What are the chances? Yeah, I know The Wedding Weekend is kind of an obscure little indie movie that prefigures, what's the name of the a cappella movie that the Pitch Perfect say, but it's got a lot of great a cappella singing in it, and it's actually really funny and a fun little movie. It was made by a friend of Kevin Weist's. He was the director of Mad TV for many years. So it's a movie about an a cappella reunion, these guys that were all in an a cappella group, and they get together for their friend's wedding, and it's all about their kind of adventures and misadventures, and there's a fair amount of singing, and they decided they didn't want to, they couldn't rely on the actors being able to pull off being a real a cappella group.
Really?
So the bulk of the singing vocals are all from like myself, or Sean was in that, and Kevin is. So we recorded a bunch of things, and the actors lip-synced to our recordings for their a cappella songs. That was really fun for me, to go to the movie theater and see a handsome young fella and hear my voice coming out of his mouth. That was great.
What other obscure little adventures might have you been involved with that people should know about?
Oh, man. Various moments are things that I'm really proud of with GrooveBarbers. One is that every once in a while we like to go sing on the street. It's just fun. And so we decided to go try some new songs and sing on the street down in Soho, and so we're like belting out these barbershop songs on the street. But it turned out we were right in front of the library for, I'm trying to remember if it was a public library or probably like the university library for, I don't know if it's Fordham or I don't remember. And they came out of the library and told us to stop singing so loud, which we were on this really busy street in Manhattan, which is just cacophonous. And so I was really proud that we were able to belt out this, the four of us, completely unamplified, was able to disturb a library in New York City.
Well, there's going to be an appreciative audience at Next Stage in Putney on the, what did we say, the 16th at 7:30.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll tell you to turn down.
No, probably not. It's actually a really terrific sound system at the Next Stage.
Yeah.
And we're really looking forward to it.
More information online at nextstagearts.org. Or if you want to find out more about the band, Google, and there's all kinds of things, but they also have their own website.
GrooveBarbers.com. Yeah, I want to encourage people to look us up on Facebook as well. Yeah. There's some good stuff there.
And a bunch of good YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a number of the doo-operas are on YouTube, and a number of fun stuff on we have a little YouTube channel, so you can just Google GrooveBarbers and you can't miss us.
You have been enjoying the mellifluous voice of Charlie Evett. You know, I looked up mellifluous. It means flowing honey.
Oh, interesting.
Charlie's a star of stage screen, bicycles, and legal pharmaceuticals. Before I turn you loose, would you be willing to do a station ID that will stick in rotation? Say whatever you want. It's all good.
This is Charlie Evett of the GrooveBarbers, and you're listening to WOOL Black Sheep Radio.
Perfect.
I've always asked to do voiceovers and things whenever we're doing like a GrooveBarbers project, and I always am terrible.
Really?
Like, I kind of have the right voice for it, but something about, like, I always try too hard. It never sounds right. Earlier on, there was another commercial we made years and years ago for, it was Three Musketeers ice cream bars.
Oh, cool.
And, like, I came in and I, like, did all these readings for the voiceover, and there in the final line, they were like, no.
Bicycle sharing needs.
Yeah, but
anyway.
the what did we call it? What is it called? It's called the fair balance. The little voiceover where you say what all the side effects are, that has like a special industry, like a special term called the fair balance.
Is that the part that goes really, really fast?
Yes, exactly.
Well, if you want to improvise one of those side effect things, I'll include it.
I don't think I can handle that.
Okay.
I don't know. May cause exploding head. May cause third arm to appear.
Well, thank you so much. Travel safe.
We certainly really enjoy coming there. Fantastic. Take care.
Here comes Santa with the loot, a big red hat, black shiny boots. If you've been good, you got a tune to sing, but if you ain't,
you don't get anything.
yeah, stockings empty, candles lit, a reindeer chomping at the bit. If you ain't shown, you know good from bad, but you'll be one.
Oh, lonesome, lonely man.
But if you say your prayers and go, yes, ma'am, reflecting flame. Yeah, you'll have a great Christmas and get 2 for 1. You'll get the gifts that were meant for your rotten sis.
Santa Claus, alias a.k.a. Saint Nick.
He zigs and zags so serpentine, quite a feat since he's so darn bovine. If you're good, you're smack dab on his route, but if you ain't,
your Christmas is kaput.
just hop a squat on Santa's knee. The beer breath and the perks are free, but to get Saint Nick to sweeten the pot, you better prove yourself
One worthy tot.
You gotta take out the trash with a passion. Wipe your feet coming in from the rain. Yeah, if you do double duty on your do's and don'ts, you'll have a closet full of everything you want. Hey there, hey there, hey there. Here's the floor beneath the Christmas tree bear. Just lift some cash from your mama quick. Pop an arrow to the North Pole. Attention, Saint Nick. You better walk that dog with emotion. Screw that poop with an uncommon zeal. Yeah, if you want to be friends to even know you're alive, then be a saint 24/7, 365. Stocking in that winter gut, bursting like a roast chestnut. Got the deer popping wheelies with your favorite knick-knack. Relax, you pan of baloney
In a 1-pound sack.
What's that?
A big-hearted burley on an old swayback.
That's right, Santa, he's on your track.